Eric McCarthy, give it up for him.
Hi. I've been studying feng shui. That's good. I'm sorry, I'm a bit overdressed. I just come from work. I'm a house painter. I'm not a typical Southern California kid. I mean, I was born in Hollywood and grew up in the West Side, but I come from a conservative home, and my father thought whenever I did that I was throwing up gang signs. He was always nervous about the Bloods, the Crips, and the hippies. My sister, growing up, she used to tell me, "You're retarded," and my parents would never correct her. So I thought I was, because how am I supposed to know I'm a retard? But I have found there's some positive perks about being perceived as retarded. Like, for one, I can skip around all day eating jelly beans, and nobody can say anything. Because if he does, he's the asshole, because I'm a retard. Like, I can walk into any store I want. I can buy anything I want. Just bring it to the counter and pay with it with all pennies. And the clerk, he just looks at me and he smiles and he goes, "Thank you very much." And I'm like, whoa, hold on. I'm retarded. I'm not deaf. I can hear you. But I know I'm not retarded because I'm actually doing really well with the ladies. Because in fact, I kissed a girl last night. But when she woke up, I was too embarrassed to tell her. And I was kind of like on a hot streak, and I kind of needed that, because I broke up with this my old girlfriend. She was the girl next door, and so I wrote her a love letter. Maybe you can tell me. My final love letter. Most women were afraid to go into the dark movie theater with me, but you were no exception to that. We had some good time. I remember our first date. You came over to my house. You said, "Kevin, will you give me a ride to my boyfriend's house?" And what a ride it was. I remember that smile you gave me when I gave you that $20 bill. You said Jason needed to buy some weed. And our second date is etched in my mind. You asked me, "Kevin, will you mow my lawn with me?" I remember mowing your lawn as you sat on the porch and watched and laughed as your little brother threw rocks at me. I always loved making you laugh. You always did bring out the romantic side of me. Like the time I climbed the ladder to your room in the middle of the night. I could still hear your screams. It seems like 8 years since I have last seen you. But according to the court documents, it's only been 8 months.
That's love.
I wish I could mail you this letter, but as you well know, I have absolutely no idea where you moved to. It's like, love, Kevin. No. I mean, I did go to a party once, and I was talking to this really hot model, and she was like ignoring me the whole night. And then she just walks away. And I was like, what the hell? But then I saw my reflection in the mirror, and I saw my shirt to match my pants. I was like, oh, that's it. That was the reason. Yeah, it's like, I knew this one woman, she always wanted to be independent. She doesn't want to ask for help from anybody. But whenever I was alone in a room with her, she always goes, "Help." my brother, he's great. He always calls me up and says, "Hey Kevin, how would you like to go on a blind date with this woman from my office? Her name's Rebecca. She's really nice. I'm sure you like her." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go out with her." And now I know you guys are saying, that guy, he's got no game. But I assure you, I've got game. I know how it's done. I mean, I take a shower, I put on a nice shirt, a nice tie, and a nice condom, and I go meet her. And I walk in there, and she's sitting at the bar, she's gorgeous, I'm getting all nervous, and I walk over to her, I'm like, "Hi, are you Rebecca?" She's like, "Are you Kevin?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm Kevin McCarthy." And she's like, "Oh, I'm not Rebecca. I'm waiting for my friend John." And then she just grabs a purse and a jacket, and she just leaves. So I didn't know what to do. So I just turned to my mom and go, "I guess we're kind of early." My mom's great. I told her I was going to become a stand-up comic, but I don't think she really understands, because I said, "Hey Mom, I killed last night." And she was like, "Oh no, we knew this would happen." My brother's always great about giving me advice, you know. Like he said, "Hey Kevin, don't worry. You're a chick magnet. You just decide that repels." Like he said, "Kevin, you should quit smoking because it's bad for you. Women don't like it." So I'm like, "Okay, I tell you what, I'm gonna go smoke when I drink." Now I still smoke the same amount, but I drink a whole lot more. Like I'm starting to think that maybe my brother's advice has affected my game with the ladies, and it's made it kind of worse, and that's kind of bad because it wasn't like it was any good in the first place. It's like saying, you know, Bangkok, it's really gone downhill. I mean, it used to be I just couldn't get women. Now I make my gay friends homophobic around me. It's like with Prop 8, if you want to marry a man, marry a man. If you want to marry a woman, marry a woman. If you want to marry a horse, marry a horse. But if the horse says nay, it's like I think I suffer from self-loathing. Because I think that's the thing I hate most about myself. It's like I think I have to put a roofie in my own drink just to masturbate. But my brother, he said, "Hey Kevin, if all you want to do is just get a woman to sleep with you, it's really easy. You just gotta take her to the bar and get her really drunk." But I tried that, and I had to get a woman this drunk just to sleep with me. But when she was this drunk, she died. So I don't know, I was thinking maybe I could just take out a personal ad, because that might be my best bet. So you can tell me what you think. "Hi, I'm Kevin. Why is 6 afraid of Kevin? Because Kevin ain't 9. So you probably already guessed it. I'm a comedian." Everybody thought it was funny when I said I was going to become a comedian. But nobody thinks it's funny now. Anyways, to tell you a bit more about myself, I'm a bodybuilder. But you probably can't tell because I just started today. I have movie star looks, especially if you consider Quentin Tarantino and Michael Moore movie stars. I don't travel much, but I did go to Mexico, and that did turn out so well. Turns out I'm allergic to syphilis. I don't have any kids, but my masturbation habit turned 18 last week. Not to get too serious, but I am very socially active. It started when I watched a PETA video on YouTube that showed all the horrible and disgusting things that are done to animals. And I swore from that moment on, I would never again watch a PETA video on YouTube again. Anyways, I hope you respond to my ad. I wish I could say I like long walks and stuff like that, but I tend to get winded after a block or so. Thanks, I'm Kevin.
Give it up for Kevin. Awesome. Actually, if you want to